Good day once again from the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov, outside of Moscow. Just an hour and a half ago, 3 new residents for the International Space Station pulled their Soyuz MS-09 spacecraft up to their parking spot on the Rassvet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station to complete a flawless 2-day chase of the International Outpost following their launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan on Wednesday. At this hour, the Soyuz MS-09 is firmly attached to the Rassvet module. A great view as the International Space Station flies 255 statute miles over northwestern China, moving from northwest to southeast in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. On the left of your screen, you see the Soyuz MS-09. The upper section of the Soyuz that is mated to Rassvet is called the orbital module. The middle section contains the crew. The commander of the Soyuz, Russian cosmonaut Sergei Prokopyev, and his 2 flight engineer crewmates, Serena Aunon-Chancellor of NASA and Alexander Gerst of the European Space Agency, who flanked Prokopyev for their 2-day journey from the launch pad at Baikonur to a smooth and uneventful docking to Rassvet at 8:01 a.m. Central Time, 9:01 a.m. Eastern Time, again about an hour and a half ago, as the Soyuz and the International Space Station flew over eastern China. On the right of your screen is the orbital Cygnus cargo craft that was launched from the Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia on an Antares rocket back on May 21st, arriving to the station on May 24th, just 2 weeks ago, where it was captured, berthed, and bolted into place on the Earth-facing side of the Unity module, which of course is the module connecting the U.S. and Russian segments of the International Space Station. At this hour, the arriving crew, as you just saw in that graphic of Prokopyev, Aunon-Chancellor, and Gerst, are conducting leak checks on their side of the docking interface between the Soyuz and the Rassvet module. On the other side, on the space station side of that interface, is the resident Expedition 56 crew, which is awaiting the hatch opening and the arrival of their 3 additional crewmates. Drew Feustel, the NASA commander of the International Space Station, Russian cosmonaut Oleg Artemyev, and NASA flight engineer Ricky Arnold, who have been aboard the station since March 23rd. Feustel taking over command of the space station last Friday, just before the departure of Anton Shkaplerov, Scott Tingle, and Norishige Kanai, who landed in south-central Kazakhstan back on Sunday to wrap up their 168-day mission in space. Feustel, Artemyev, and Arnold will see the hatches open, and their 3 new colleagues enter the International Space Station probably about a half an hour or so from now. The leak checks will be followed by the pressurization of a small vestibule connecting the docking interface between the Soyuz and the International Space Station. And at that point, the green light will be given by the Russian flight controllers here in Korolyov for the hatches to be open on both sides of the docking interface, for the new crew members to be greeted by the 3 that are on board, Feustel, Artemyev, and Arnold. The 6 crew members then will make their way into the Zvezda service module, put on headsets for the traditional welcoming ceremony and congratulatory calls from family and friends and VIPs who are gathered here at the Russian Control Center. With the arrival of the Soyuz MS-09, the International Space Station once again back to its usual complement of visiting vehicles to the complex, both crewed vehicles and cargo ships. The full complement of vehicles now showing progresses and Soyuz vehicles at the station, and soon to come more that would be in the form of a SpaceX Dragon cargo craft that is scheduled for launch at the end of June and an arrival in early July to deliver another multi-ton payload and science experiments for the crew members on board to execute. Once the welcoming ceremony is complete following hatch opening here a short time from now, Drew Feustel, who is the station commander, will conduct a safety briefing, which is typical of the first minutes and hours of a newly arrived crew at the station so that they can familiarize themselves with escape routes and the roles and responsibilities that each of the two Soyuz crews have on board the International Space Station. The Soyuz will be placed on ISS power in what is called conservation mode, and the crew members will have a nice long sleep period at the end of the day today to catch their breath and relax a bit. Usually on the weekend following a Soyuz arrival, or in the days following a Soyuz arrival, the crew members on board the station would have an opportunity to have a day off or so. That's not going to be the case this weekend. A full weekend of work is on tap for the crew as they prepare for another spacewalk scheduled for next Thursday, June 14th, as Drew Feustel and Ricky Arnold venture outside of the Quest airlock of the International Space Station. Clad in U.S. spacesuits, they'll float out of the Quest airlock for a planned 6.5-hour spacewalk in which they'll attach stanchions and enhanced high-definition cameras on the forward side of the Harmony module, to which an international docking adapter is attached that will enhance views of approaching U.S. commercial crew vehicles that will be arriving at the station before long to augment the use of the Soyuz vehicles for the transport of crew members to and from the International Space Station. For that spacewalk next Thursday, Ricky Arnold will be designated as EV-1, or extravehicular crew member number 1, wearing the suit bearing the red stripes in his 5th spacewalk of his career. Drew Feustel will be EV-2, or extravehicular crew member number 2, wearing the suit with no stripes, as he embarks on the 9th spacewalk of his career, basically reversing the roles of their EV or extravehicular designations that they have employed for the past 2 spacewalks that they have conducted together in recent weeks.
Сергей.
Sergey, 733.
733 записал.
733.
This is Mission Control once again here in Korolyov. You're looking at a view from a balcony camera overlooking the large flight control room here for the Russian flight control team in this outskirt of Moscow. Leak checks are underway in the vestibule, the small passageway between the docking interfaces of the Soyuz and the International Space Station's Rassvet module. All of that is going along well as we prepare for the opening of the hatches and the greetings between the crew members, the newly arrived trio of Serena Aunon-Chancellor, Alexander Gerst, and Sergei Prokopyev, who soon will be greeted by Station Commander Drew Feustel, Oleg Artemiev, and Ricky Arnold, who have been on board the station for almost 3 months now. Just to recap the day's activities, the crew aboard the Soyuz MS-09, Prokopyev, Aunon-Chancellor, and Gerst, conducted the final phase of their two-day trip from the launch pad of the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan to a smooth and successful docking to the Rassvet module. The docking occurring at 8:01 a.m. Central Time, 9:01 a.m. Eastern Time, as they slowly but surely pulled in to the docking port on the Rassvet module. Here is a clip of the activities that occurred earlier this morning, about an hour and 40 minutes ago. You can see the forward docking probe on the orbital module, the forward end of the Soyuz vehicle, slowly slipping into the docking port on Rassvet. Contact and capture was confirmed. The docking probe was retracted and hooks closed between the two vehicles to form a hard mate, setting the stage for the three crew members on the Soyuz to doff their Sokol launch and entry suits and to begin the process of the leak checks that are currently in their final phase.
Don't forget to close the KKT valve. Closing KKT.
Да, переходим на 94-ю страницу, выполняем пункт 14.9.3.
Going to page 94, performing step 14.9.3.
Давление в орбитальном блоке 739 миллиметров.
Sergei, pressure in the orbital unit is 739 millimeters.
Закрываем РТВ-1.
Closing RTV-1.
Алекс перейдет в ВСА. Опять 2 на связь, ВСА. Принято.
Так, Алекс, ты ВСА, значит, закрываем
Alex, are you in the descent module?
РТВ-1.
Close KKV-1.
You can hear this conversation, the translated conversation between one of the Russian flight controllers here in Korolyov and the crew on board the Soyuz vehicle, in this case talking to European Space Agency astronaut Alexander Gerst, who soon will float into the International Space Station for the second time in his career, First-time flyers Sergei Prokopyev of Roscosmos and Aunon-Chancellor of NASA will do so for the first time in their careers. First-time flyers, but now space veterans, having flown their two-day profile flawlessly to a smooth docking to the Rosviet module just under 2 hours ago.
Игнат, когда планируете открыть люк?
So when are we opening the hatches?
По времени?
По детальному плану у нас 18:05.
18:45 is
Значит, через 20 минут.
our plan. In 20 minutes then.
И потом сразу пресс-конференция?
And then the press conference?
Да.
Yes.
Понял.
Copy.
Так, минута прошла. Закрываем. Задаем S6.
1 minute gone. S6.
Выдал.
Sending S6 done.
Транспарант погас.
The indicator is off.
Ждем наших указаний.
Standing by for your directions.
Here in Korolyov, Russian flight controllers say that the crew is following along all of its procedures on time and on schedule. The final measurements of the pressure in the vestibule or small passageway between the hatchway for the Soyuz and that of the Rosviet module continuing to proceed as planned, with hatch opening scheduled just under 20 minutes from now.
Yes, in this.
817.
Ага, хорошо.
817. Copy.
Хорошо, я жду. Я остаюсь в СА.
I'm standing by here in the descent module in this.
Интересно, что на input 1 давление СА это 827, на input 2 давление СА это 816.
Input 1 shows pressure being 827. Input 2 is 816.
Можно на манувакуметре посмотреть. А, ну уже нет, уже нельзя.
You could probably look on the MV. Probably not now.
Время не двигается. Вообще не принимает команды.
But the time is standing still.
По вашей разрешению.
Да, можешь перезагрузить.
You're welcome to reload.
Покажет время 16:54:05.
And the time is 16:54:05.
Перезагрузил input 1, совпадает input 2.
Reloaded input 1, now it matches input 2.
Принято. Какое давление сейчас?
Copy. So what pressure does it show?
816.
816.
Принято.
По СА, по БО покажет 807.
Copy. And in the Sabato is 807.
Я могу тебе...
As we stand by for the completion of the leak checks on both sides of the docking and welcoming ceremony is complete, the crew members will get into a safety briefing to be conducted by Drew Feustel, the station commander. He took over command of the International Space Station last Friday in the usual change of command ceremony, taking over the reins of the operation of the station from Russian cosmonaut Aunon-Chancellor. Feustel will guide the newly arrived crew members through this orientation session in which they'll become familiarized with escape routes and roles and responsibilities on the station before the two crews begin the unloading of some of the cargo, a minor amount of cargo that was brought up on this Soyuz spacecraft. Soyuz will be placed on what is called conservation power, basically ISS power, for the remainder of its 6.5-month stay on the station. A long sleep period awaits the 6 crew members later today. That's scheduled to begin at about 4 p.m. Central Time this afternoon. They, however, will have a full weekend on tap as they prepare, especially the USOS, or U.S. Orbital Segment crew members, prepare for next week's spacewalk by Drew Feustel and Ricky Arnold. Serena Aunon-Chancellor of NASA will be operating the station's Canadarm2 robotic arm for that spacewalk in support of Feustel and Arnold. Alexander Gerst will be busy helping to suit up the 2 crew members and helping them out of their suits at the completion of the spacewalk. And just one data point, assuming it runs as long as 5 hours and 23 minutes, at that mark, in what is planned to be a 6.5-hour spacewalk, Drew Feustel will leapfrog past Peggy Whitson, the veteran NASA astronaut, into 3rd place in the all-time spacewalking list for aggregate spacewalking hours. He will be in 3rd place behind former NASA astronaut Mike Lopez Alegria and Russian cosmonaut Anatoly Solovyev, who is at the top of that list. 16 spacewalks, more than 78 hours outside. Feustel will be embarking on the 9th spacewalk of his career. Ricky Arnold will be conducting the 5th spacewalk in his career.
Валик. Вал ручки, это значит... Ты правильно сделал.
And now you're looking in the vestibule that connects the Rassvet module with the Soyuz spacecraft. There's Oleg Artemyev, the veteran Russian cosmonaut, wearing a Hawaiian shirt that is part of the garb that Drew Feustel, Ricky Arnold, and Artemyev have been familiar with wearing from time to time on board the station. As the leak checks are nearing their completion, Artemyev will be talking directly with Sergei Prokopyev, his Russian cosmonaut counterpart, on the other side of that hatchway, as they discuss final measurements before the hatch on the Rassvet module is opened first, followed a short time later by the opening of the Soyuz hatch. Artemyev now has been given the green light by Russian flight controllers to open his hatch on the Rassvet side of the docking interface. That will be followed a short time later by the Soyuz crew opening their hatch, and that will set the stage for the three newly arrived crew members to float through the hatchway, be greeted by the other three Expedition 56 crew members, after which they'll make their way into the Zvezda service module for the welcoming ceremony and congratulatory calls from a variety of people who are gathered here at the Russian Mission Control Center. And Drew Feustel, the station commander, now in the field of view as he has joined Artemyev in the vestibule. Just out of the field of view is Ricky Arnold. We're standing by for Artemyev to open his hatch on his side, and there it goes.
Okay.
So the station hatch is now open, but however, the official hatch opening time will be marked at the point at which the Soyuz hatch is open.
Please continue performing the actions in the frame box.
Действие в рамочке по странице
94-я страница.
It's page 94.
And here in the Russian Mission Control Center, up in the balcony, overlooking the flight control room, a variety of U.S., Russian, and European officials are gathered for the welcoming ceremony that will follow hatch opening and will be part of the welcoming ceremony that will be highlighted by congratulatory calls from officials, friends, and family of the three newly arrived crew members.
F raise on.
Так, и тогда контролируем выравнивание давления.
And then monitoring the equalization process.
Давление выравнивается.
Pressure is being equalized.
В течение 2 минут давление должно быть постоянным.
It should be stable during 2 minutes.
Дальше работаем.
And then keep on. Copy?
And as you can hear through the translator, the instructions being given by the Russian flight controllers to Prokopyev to begin the equalization of pressure across that hatchway. Right behind Artemyev is the hatch to the Soyuz MS-09, firmly locked in place to the docking port on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. That hatch to swing open a short time from now, just a few minutes from now, and the International Space Station will be back to a 6-person crew after only a 5-day interval between the departure of the previous 3 crew members.
$780.
780.
Принято.
Copy.
$775.
775.
And a good view in the foreground of Ricky Arnold, who is in his 2nd flight into space.
770.
Well into the 4th month, along with Drew Feustel. They are scheduled to remain on board the International Space Station until October the 4th, when they will come home in their Soyuz spacecraft with Oleg Artemyev.
Сергей.
765, да?
Sergei, 765, yes.
После открытия крышки люка БОСУ
Once you open the BOSU hatch cover,
не забудьте выдать команду P14.
don't forget to send the P14 command. Piotr 14?
Да, Петр 14.
Yes.
Надо будет отключить МБС.
Piotr 14, you'll need to turn off MBS.
До перехода в орбитальный блок.
Before you go onto the orbital unit.
Надо будет команду P14 до перехода в орбитальный блок.
После открытия люка.
After you open the hatch.
Once again, for those just joining us, a view of the 3 resident crew members, Expedition 56 on the International Space Station, soon to have their number doubled in size once the hatch behind Oleg Artemyev at that docking interface swings open Serena Aunon-Chancellor of NASA, Alexander Gerst of the European Space Agency, and Russian cosmonaut Sergei Prokopyev will float inside. And we'll be back to a half-dozen crew members on the International Space Station. Ricky Arnold on the lower left-hand side of your screen, Drew Feustel on the right. They have been aboard the space station since March 23rd, well into what amounts to about a 6-month mission once they will have returned home later this year on October the 4th. Once the hatch opens, the crew members will make their way into the Zvezda service module, put on headsets, and accept congratulatory calls from friends and family members and VIPs who are gathered in the balcony of the Russian Mission Control Center here in Korolyov. After that, Feustel will conduct a safety briefing to familiarize the newly arrived crew members with roles and responsibilities on board the station and escape routes to their respective return craft should that become necessary. There will be other activities for the crew over the next several hours, including placing the Soyuz on what is called conservation power, essentially power from the space station's electrical systems, so that its batteries are fully recharged for the time that it is scheduled to return to Earth in mid-December.
Ну, я готов. Скажи, когда.
I'm ready. Tell me when.
Ждем.
750.
750.
Сергей, какое давление?
Sergei, what's the pressure?
748,5.
748.5.
Медленно выравнивается.
It's equalizing slowly.
This is Mission Control Korolyov, just moments away from the opening of the Soyuz hatch behind the 3 crew members in the field of view who are inside the Rossviet module vestibule on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. Oleg Artemyev closest to the hatch, Drew Feustel, the space station commander, and in the foreground is Ricky Arnold awaiting the entrance into the space station of the newly arrived crew members, Serena Aunon-Chancellor, Alexander Gerst, and Sergei Prokopyev, who docked their Soyuz MS-09 spacecraft to the Rossviet module 2 hours ago, the docking occurring at 8:01 a.m. Central Time, 9:01 a.m. Eastern Time, as the Soyuz and the International Space Station passed 255 statute miles over eastern China.
Алтай, пока выравнивается давление,
Altair, while the pressure is being pressurized, equalized.
поздравить с успешной стыковкой.
I'd like to congratulate you on a successful docking.
Спасибо.
Вот, пожелать вам хорошей работы
Thank you,
на станции.
and wish you good and productive stay on board the station.
Мы справились.
Спасибо.
You'll make it.
Мы тебя тоже поздравляем. Да. Ты был с нами все это время.
Thank you. Congratulations to you too.
Первый экипаж.
You've stayed with us all this time, followed us.
Да. И весь верхний зал также вас поздравляет.
And the Holy Bubbles is also sending their congratulations.
Всем огромное спасибо за работу.
Thank you everybody for your work.
Ника не подвела. Да.
We did it.
Да, всем спасибо. Меня тоже.
Thanks everybody. From me too.
Классно с вами работать.
It's always a pleasure working with you.
Давление 7,48 не меняется уже минуту.
So the pressure is 748 and it's been stable for a minute.
As final measurements are being read and analyzed by the flight control team here in Korolyov, the off-going Soyuz shift flight director offering congratulations to Soyuz Commander Sergei Prokopyev and his crewmates for their effortless docking to the International Space Station's Rassvet module that occurred just over 2 hours ago.
The timer is on.
Да, смотрю в иллюминатор, какая же она большая станция.
And I'm looking through the window. The station is huge.
По сравнению с кораблем.
Compared to the Soyuz vehicle? Yes.
Там места побольше.
Slightly bigger.
Сергей, какое давление?
Sergey, what's the pressure?
47 с половиной. Очень медленно, если изменяется, то очень медленно.
47.5. If it is changing, it's changing extremely slowly.
Так, ну, минута прошла, да?
But 1 minute is gone, right?
2 минуты прошло.
2 minutes gone.
2 минуты прошло.
2 minutes.
Тогда закрываем ККТ.
All right, then let's close the KKT valve.
Закрываю ККТ.
Closing KKT.
While they wait for the opening of the hatch on the Soyuz spacecraft, a space
Then close the
selfie
KKT.
being accrued by Feustel, Artemiev, and
Closed.
Arnold for the portfolio of their increments on board the International Space Station. We should be
And
seeing that
open the
Soyuz
road
hatch
hatch.
swing open momentarily.
Alex is welcome to send the per 14 command.
Всем спасибо.
Yes, sending.
Всего связи.
Thank you. Going off.
И
Com.
не забывайте установить заглушку КСДСУ.
And don't forget to put in the plug, the KSD SU.
Заглушку. КСД и
The plug.
Да, КСДСУ.
Yes, the KSD SU plug.
Ага,
Yes.
понятно. Так.
We're in a handover between satellites on the tracking and data relay satellite system. We'll be reacquiring our downlink television capability from the station momentarily.
Do you see us? Yes, we can see right now. All right. Let's not open the hatch right now because we can have KU band and video interruptions. The hatch is closed. Copy.
And as you can see, we are back with our downlink television from the International Space Station. You're looking inside the vestibule connecting the Rassvet module to the Soyuz spacecraft, and we see motion and the Soyuz hatch now swinging open at 10:17 a.m. Central Time, 11:17 a.m. Eastern Time. First in, Sergei Prokopyev. His first moments inside the International Space Station, and applause from the balcony from those gathered here in the Russian Mission Control Center. Prokopyev was the 231st human to board the International Space Station, followed by Alexander Gerst with a return trip inside the station. And Serena Aunon-Chancellor, number 232 on board the International Space Station. Her first moments being greeted by her NASA colleague and station commander, Drew Feustel. Again, the hatch opening occurring at 10:17 a.m. Central Time as the International Space Station flew 255 statute miles over the southeastern Pacific Ocean. The 6 crew members now making their way into the Zvezda service module, where the video system will be reconfigured. We'll be seeing them shortly as they don headsets and await congratulatory calls from the crowd that you see there on the balcony of the Russian Mission Control Center. And back now with our downlink, Oleg Artemyev, who has been on board the station since March 23rd, went back inside the Soyuz for just a moment to gather some equipment. He'll now make his way to the Zvezda service module to join the 5 other crew members, all now part of the Expedition 56 crew. And as we mentioned a moment ago, Sergei Prokopyev and Serena Aunon-Chancellor, both first-time flyers, were the 231st and 232nd humans to board the International Space Station since permanent human occupancy began on board the complex in early November of 2000. Serena Aunon-Chancellor, the 61st female to board the International Space Station in history. We're standing by for the crew on board to reconfigure their television system. The next few of them that we will see, they'll be gathered inside the Zvezda service module. The International Space Station flying from southwest to northeast across the southeastern Pacific Ocean, soon to cross the west coast of South America, almost over Lima, Peru. And now inside the Zvezda service module, Prokopyev, Alexander Gerst, and Serena Aunon-Chancellor in their blue flight suits, having doffed their Russian Sokol launch and entry suits a short time after the docking of their Soyuz occurred at 8:01 a.m. Central Time.
Space Ground 1, we can see on our screens. We're getting ready.
Да, выстраивайтесь и будем начинать.
Yes, please line up and we'll start.
And with the 6 crew members in place, our welcoming ceremony and congratulatory calls about to get underway.
Station Moscow and Space Ground 1. Go ahead, how do you read us? We have you loud and clear. We can see you too, and we're passing the floor to your colleagues and your family. Friends and colleagues, we are on the ISS. Everything is great. We had a warm welcome. We like everything. And we start our work as part of the new expedition 56-57. Altais are here with the Hawaii. This is MCCM. This is Mr. Sevastianov from Roscosmos. Do you read us? Yes. Congratulations on behalf of Roscosmos and all the contractors. This was the first stage of a mission. Wishing you all the best, good luck, good health, and performing all the missions during the flight. How's your health? How was the first stage? Feeling great? This stage went quite well. Very well, I'd say. And we're all very happy to be together. We can see that your colleagues met you wearing Hawaiian shirts, and we understood that they were really looking forward to seeing you. Yes, we've been waiting for them, and we're really glad to see them finally. All right, so I'll be passing the floor to Mr. Hesselmeyer.
Hello, this is the other Gerst from NASA. You all look great on orbit. The new crew looks great. You guys look all fresh, excited, and ready to go to work. And the experienced crew that's been there for a while, they look like they're really ready to work with you guys and have a great time on orbit. So enjoy your time on board station. Have a great time. If you need anything from the ground, let us know. We're here to help you. So again, just have an awesome time on board station. You guys all look great. And we've got a busy campaign for you, lots of research. Have fun and enjoy Space Station.
Thanks, Gerst. From Gerst to Gerst, thanks for the support.
All right, and I'll turn it now over to David Parker from ESA.
Hello, this is David Parker from ESA. It's great to see you all aboard the space station. I would like to give you the congratulations of the Director General, Jan Werner, and all the family of ESA that are supporting you and all of the crew aboard the space station. You actually look even more happy now than when you were preparing to launch. So have a great mission. You're doing really important work, and we appreciate everything you're doing for all of us back here on Earth. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks.
And so I bet.
Ready to get started. Can't wait to get to thanks for joining our launch, joining here for docking, and well, thanks for supporting this great international project.
Дорогие ребята, добрый день. Я вас поздравляю.
Dear friends, I congratulate you. This is Sergei Krikalev on your successful docking.
Спасибо большое.
Thank you very much.
Я понимаю, что... Да, спасибо. Я понимаю, что это маленький только...
I understand that this is a small portion of your entire mission, but it's very important because if it's not successful, then the continuation is not going to happen. So congratulations to all of you, especially to Sergei. First docking, first flight. And now you have to fulfill your mission, and all the best. Thanks a lot. Everything went well, everything was nominal. No glitches. And your family and friends are here, and we'll pass the mics to them. You look great, both crews. All the best. Have a fantastic stay. Have good work and pass the floor to your family and friends. Thank you.
Алло, нас слышно?
Hello, can you hear us?
Мы поздравляем ваш экипаж.
We congratulate your crew on a successful docking.
Волновались, рады, что
Worried a lot,
вы на
but very happy that you are finally on the ISS. How are you feeling?
Как ваше самочувствие?
How are you feeling? Feeling great. I feel awesome. The welcome was very warm and we love the ISS. And we're looking forward to starting the real work and to your support from the ground.
Сережа, это мама.
Sergey, this is your mother.
Поздравляем. Любуемся вами. Вы такие...
Congratulations to you. Just, it's a sight just looking at you. And we're very happy to see you there. Have a good mission. Thank you, mother. All the best to you on Earth. Stay through. Thank you for such a son.
Алло, привет, пап. Это Аня.
Hi, Dad. This is Anya.
Очень волновались. Очень рада, что пристыковали.
Worried a lot. Very happy I finally docked.
Любим, пап.
Love you.
Пап, привет. Привет, пап.
Hi, Dad.
Привет, пап.
Привет, привет.
Пап, поздравляю тебя. Забыл, поздравляю тебя с удачностью.
Congratulations on the successful docking. Wish you to work nominally in space and to do all the experiments. Thank you very much. It was a good wish.
Hallo Alex, es ist sehr, sehr schön und erleichternd, dich zu sehen und zu hören. Und ich hoffe, dass ihr einen guten Flug hattet und es sich ein bisschen wie nach Hause kommen anfühlt.
Hey, schön. Ich hab's noch gar nicht.
Es freut mich, sehr zu hören.
Hallo Alex, hier ist Vivi. Für mich ist es toll, dich wieder da oben zu sehen, dein strahlendes Lächeln, die Freude, dass du wieder da bist. Und wir haben euch die ganzen 2 Tage begleitet im Gedanken. Als wir ins Bett gegangen sind und ganz viel Platz hatten, habe ich an dich gedacht oder so beim Waschen und beim Ausstrecken. Und es ist schön, dass ihr jetzt wieder ein bisschen mehr Platz habt.
Ja, das ist tatsächlich... aber es war irgendwie... Tage auch in der Soyuz zu fliegen.
Das ist toll, ich gebe dich jetzt weiter.
Ja, hallo Alex. Ich freue mich auch, dass wir uns alle 4 Jahre hier sehen. Immer zur Fußball-Weltmeisterschaft. Ich freue mich, wenn ich dich so strahlen sehe und wünsche dir noch einen schönen Aufenthalt die nächsten 6 Monate und Gruß aus der Heimat Deutschland, speziell Kochertal, Hohenlohe. Mach's gut. Tschüss.
Jo. Hallo Alex, hier Dennis. Finde ich schön, dass ihr jetzt auch oben angekommen seid, auch wenn ihr dieses Mal die Scenic Route genommen habt. Aber man hat schon beim Aussteigen gesehen, dass die Maus und du ihr da oben euch auskennt und das ganz souverän hingebekommen habt.
Sehr gut, sehr gut. Wie war denn der Start?
Sehr beeindruckend. Das war also einfach fantastisch. Dieses Mal beim Tag hat man das auch wesentlich besser gesehen, die Details von der Soyuz. Leider war es leicht bewölkt und die Booster Separation haben wir dann also nicht mehr wirklich gesehen.
Hi, Serena, it's Jeff. You look fantastic. It's great to finally see that great smile of yours. We miss you. Can't wait to talk to you later, and I love you.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, everybody. So good to hear your voice. It was quite the ride up here. It was amazing. I hope it was just as amazing to watch it there, and it's so good to hear from you. Love you guys very, very much.
Hi, Serena. It's Serafina. I can't believe you're in space. You look awesome. Hi.
Hi. How was the launch? Did you enjoy it?
Hi, Serena. It's Christine. You look amazing. We're so excited. It's been such an amazing time. I'm so proud of you. Love you.
Awesome. Love you guys, too.
Hi, Serena. It's Maria. I'm so glad you guys made it. You look awesome. You and the rest of the crew looks fantastic. And I love you, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Maria. Love you.
Hi, Serena. It's Cha-Cha. Hi, it's Cha-Cha. I love you. You look great. I love you, and you have the best hairstyle up there. I love how your ponytail's actively trying to leave your body. I love you. Take care.
Thanks, Cha-Cha. I love you.
Алло, пап, привет.
Привет, Савушка, привет.
Hi, Sunshine.
Пожелай дяде Сереже, чтобы у них было все хорошо.
I'm wishing to Sergey that everything goes well and that they do their best when performing experiments and that you go to outer space on a spacewalk. Thanks a lot. We'll do everything just as you say.
Hey, Serena, this is Hopper. I just want to tell you that myself and the rest of the chumps were all very proud of you, very excited for you.
Thanks, Hopper. It was so good to have you and Mike down there looking after the families. I really, really appreciate it.
Sergey, Oleg, this is Anya. Sergey, congratulations to crew on your docking. We're still missing you. It's still half a year. And big hi to our Hawaiians. You surprised everybody. Good luck.
Спасибо, Ань. Спасибо, дорогая. Спасибо.
Thank you, Anya. Thank you.
Осталось чуть-чуть, потерпи.
It's a little bit and we'll be back home.
Hi Alex, nach deinem Start haben wir erstmal eine Poolparty im Hotel veranstaltet. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet auch eine großartige Zeit und mich würde es interessieren, wie ihr die 2 Tage in der Kapsel verbracht habt, wie die Stimmung bei euch war, ob die Stimmung genauso gut war wie hier unten am Boden.
Ja, ob die Stimmung genauso gut war wie bei euch am Boden, kann ich nicht beurteilen. Wir hatten keine Poolparty. leider. Aber es war eigentlich wirklich gut an Bord. Also die Zeit ging schneller vorüber, als ich gedacht habe. Also wir hatten tagsüber immer mal wieder Sachen zu tun. Die Düsen ab und zu eingeschaltet, um hier zur Raumstation zu kommen. Wir hatten öfter mal Kommunikation mit der Bodenkontrolle, so jede Stunde. Das heißt, da geht die Zeit schon ganz gut rum. Und nachts, ich habe erstaunlich gut geschlafen. Also alle drei, also habe ich auch von den anderen gehört, dass es wirklich schön gemütlich war. Also wirklich, ich hab gut geschlafen und von dem her fühlt sich gar nicht so anstrengend an, wie ich gefürchtet hatte.
Das freut mich sehr zu hören. Und wie war es jetzt im Vergleich zu deinem ersten Start? Gab es Unterschiede?
Ja, ist schwierig zu sagen. Ich glaube, der zweite Start ist immer irgendwie, vielleicht weniger eindrucksvoll, weil man es schon kennt, aber dafür konnte ich mich auf Sachen konzentrieren, für die ich vorher keine Kapazitäten frei habe. Von dem her fand ich es schon auch wirklich interessant so. Und der Ritt nach oben, das habt ihr vielleicht auf meinem Gesicht gesehen bei der Videoübertragung, der war nach wie vor erste Klasse.
Von außen sah es auf jeden Fall Wahnsinn aus, die Rakete majestätisch in den Himmel steigen zu sehen und ihr habt wirklich einen Bilderbuchstart hingelegt.
Danke, das freut mich zu hören. Wir haben uns auch echt Mühe gegeben.
Ja, hi Alex. Hier ist der Papa von deiner Lebensgefährtin. Du hast einen wertvollen anderen Beitrag geleistet. Wir haben gerade eine deutsch-russische Imkergemeinschaft gegründet aufgrund deines guten Ratschlages. Ich habe mit Vassili besprechen können, wie wir die Imkerei auf beiden Niveaus weiter betreiben können. Vassili hat mir ein Glas Honig geschenkt und diesen werde ich wirklich sehr, sehr gerne mit nach Deutschland nehmen und hochgradig genießen. Vielen Dank dafür, für eure Mission. Weiterhin Glück auf.
Ja, super, das freut mich sehr. Die internationalen Freundschaften, die sehen wir sehr gerne und vor allem freuen wir uns noch mehr auf den Honig.
Hey, Sam, it's Jeff. You have to do me a favor and take your hair out of the ponytail so we can see how big it is up there.
All right, that's one word.
Hey Jeff, it's Alex. I think I feel a little discriminated here.
Hallo Alex. Alex, kannst du das auch?
Ich habe ihn vorher schon gemacht.
Looks awesome, thank you.
Schön, dich wiederzusehen, Alex. Gesund und munter. Und falls du den Postillon bekommst, der Herd ist aus. Wir haben die Nachbarn gefragt.
Sehr gut, das freut mich. Hier ist das Gas auch abgestellt.
Wir kümmern uns drum. Mach's gut. Ich wünsche euch eine tolle Zeit zusammen.
Vielen Dank. Wie war es in Balshoi?
Hi, Serena. It's Christine. Poppy, Dad came back said he's really, really sorry that he's not here to share this with you, but that he loves you very much and he's very proud of your journey, and then he wants to know where he can get a Hawaiian shirt.
I think your dad would like those Hawaiian shirts. Tell Mom and Dad I love them very much, and I knew they were with me the whole time there in Houston watching for Mission Control, as well as all my other friends and family out there. I know you're there. I know you're watching, and it means a lot to me. Thank you very much.
Привет, ребят. Женя Прокопьев.
Hi, guys. This is Zhenya Prokopyev. Sergey, big hi to you. And you have a big hi from the GCC doctors, wishing you good luck. And we're joining them. Thanks a lot, and a big hi to all the doctors. Thank you. Did it work? Yes. All the best to you too. Good luck.
Сергей, папа, как говорится, не родной, но тем не менее. Мы в восторге. Мы рады.
Sergey, we're delighted. We're very happy.
Удачи.
All the best. Good luck. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Сергей, опять мама.
Sergey, this is your mother again. And just saying that you are on big screens everywhere in the town, so you are now a very well-known person. I don't know whether I should be grateful and happy about this or not.
Мы воображаем. Пока.
Bye for now. You're on the big screen right now too.
Hallo Alex, hier ist der Dennis. Ja, ich glaube, ihr seid mindestens so eine gute Truppe da oben wie wir hier unten. Wir waren eine super Truppe, es war ein super Erlebnis. Und ich sag dir noch Grüße von allen, die jetzt leider nicht hier sein können, von Tobi, Gabi, Timur, Silke, von Molle, Christina ist auch hier. Ich drücke euch die Daumen, es wird bestimmt eine grandiose Zeit.
Ja, super, vielen Dank, das wird hier bestimmt ganz gut. Wie war es denn im Balschoi?
Dear colleagues, Mission Control Center once again congratulates you on the successful docking and wishes you successful completion of your mission. We're about done with our comm and talk to you next time. All the best.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Ребята, большое спасибо за целый репортаж. На этом мы заканчиваем.
Guys, thank you for the video. We are ending here. Hope you found a good new home up there. Thank you.
And with that, the welcoming ceremony now complete. The congratulatory calls from VIPs, family and friends from the balcony here at the Russian Mission Control Center now complete. The 6 crew members will press ahead to conduct a safety briefing to be held by NASA astronaut Drew Feustel before they complete their day's work. The welcoming ceremony had a bonus as Serena Aunon-Chancellor did a demonstration of how big hair is and how big hair behaves in a weightless environment. So that was fun to see. And now the crew will go back to work to complete their long day. The Soyuz MS-09 docked to the International Space Station almost 3 hours ago at 8:01 a.m. Central Time. A little over 2 hours later at 10:17 a.m. Central, the hatch to the Soyuz vehicle swung open. The 6 crew members greeted one another, and the station went of a half orbit. So the weekend will be a busy one for the crew. They'll get a good night's sleep tonight, an extended sleep period. Over the weekend, they'll be conducting spacewalking preparations as Ricky Arnold and Drew Feustel gear up for another excursion outside of the Quest airlock of the International Space Station next Thursday to install high-definition cameras that will be integral to the arrival of commercial crew vehicles to the International Space Station in the future. They'll also replace a camera assembly out on the starboard truss of the station. That spacewalk will be preceded by a review of procedures. Serena Aunon-Chancellor actually will be operating the Canadian-built Canadarm2 robotic arm next week during that spacewalk. Alexander Gerst will be responsible for helping Feustel and Arnold suit up in the equipment lock section of the Quest airlock before the spacewalk gets underway, and helping them out of their spacesuits at the completion of that spacewalk. One programming note, our coverage of next week's spacewalk by Ricky Arnold and Drew Feustel will be seen on NASA TV beginning at 5:30 a.m. Central Time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time next Thursday, June 14th. The spacewalk will get underway about an hour and a half later, just after 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. The spacewalk expected to last 6.5 hours. That'll be the 211th spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades. So that'll wrap up our coverage of the arrival of the 3 additional Expedition 56 crew members at the International Space Station, all safely on board, following a flawless rendezvous and docking. The Soyuz easing into port on the Rassvet module on the Earth-facing side of the station. The hatch is now open, the 6 crew members together getting their work underway as a half-dozen crew member complement. Thanks for joining us throughout the course of the morning this morning. We wish you a great weekend. Signing off now, this is Mission Control, Korolev.